A show duct taped together by broken promises and hopes and dreams. Recorded in the corner of Wade's dirty bathroom. Get ready for WMVT.
This is my second attempt at a third episode of WMVT, which is why I'm posting this new one day late and not the usual Sunday assault to the senses. Yesterday's video was flagged, then banned almost immediately. However, my channel is still here. So I'm going to try a completely different direction now and see if this new one's acceptable. So today we're going to talk about lint catchers, aka the foreskin. We're going to cover how to maintain your little turtleneck,
Hey guys.
the pros and cons of having one at the end of your sword, and lastly, the history of circumcision. This wonderful piece of skin has been highly demonized in the United States, and it's also part of the sad reason I still have to pay for a roll in the hay. And yes, I have my own little anteater, and I love it. I also love all the little surprises you can find in there at the end of a night of drinking. Even right before you black out, you can stuff your valuables in there so nothing gets lost. I'm going to educate you all on how to care and respect that little sausage roll. And if you don't have one, don't worry. There are foreskin restoration kits available online. We'll discuss them a bit later on. What is foreskin? It is the retractable roll of skin covering the end of a love stick. Unfortunately, in the United States though, almost 8 out of 10 people don't have one. This may be due to religious, cultural, social, or medical reasons, or the parents are just evil and want to desecrate their child's beautiful little love memory. The inside of the foreskin is like the inside of a mouth. It's super sensitive and contains over 20,000 nerve endings, which is part of the reason why the uncut have more fun. Around 30% chop it off for hygiene reasons, and the other 15% for religious purposes, apparently. In England, 79% of men are normal love sticks as God intended, so we have full sensitivity, zero chafing, and always have a neat little surprise to unroll at the end of the day. The uncut do have more upkeep than the cut, but both need some looking after. I will recommend you all hop online and order some willy wipes, because no one likes a dirty wee-wee. Now come on.
What?
Oh my.
To be fair though, some hooded love sticks can look extremely scary.
Hey guys.
While I was doing some research for you lovely people, I saw some uncircumcised willies that prompted a couple of dry heaving moments, if I'm to be honest. So I do understand why a lot of women in the United States can be afraid of it. Facts are, some willies and vaginas do need a little trim. A snuffleupagus or a blown out tire between the legs is just not attractive. I'm now going to teach you how to look after your sausage roll. When you go tinkle, it's important to pat it dry afterwards. Don't leave it out like a damp, forgotten dog. Moisture can lead to irritation or infections. It's also not recommended to use any kind of soaps because you can throw your turtleneck's pH off and summon that dark lord of itchiness. Although, who doesn't enjoy that occasional scratch of the wee-wee, just not because you flung poor little Percy inside a dirty vagina. Now, if you don't follow these procedures over time, you will develop a buildup called smegma around the helmet of your sausage. Smegma is a combination of dead skin cells, oils, and moisture that can accumulate under the foreskin if not cleaned regularly. While smegma is a natural substance, poor hygiene can lead to its buildup, which can cause discomfort or even lead to infections if not properly managed. Now, I'm going to pull back the peekaboo of this love stick to reveal what we don't want to see. Smegma. Well, in this case, it's just cottage cheese. I'm just using this as an example. Now, with a warm, damp cloth, simply wipe your little soldier, then pat it dry. Now, if your little mate is also discharging anything at the top of its helmet, you may have a case of what is known as snotty dick, also known as chlamydia. Do not worry. This is easily fixed with a course of antibiotics prescribed by your lovely neighborhood doctor. I remember when I got my first case of snotty dick from what I thought was a sweet, innocent librarian named Rachel. The reality, though, was she was a very dirty whore that enjoyed doing very naughty things to me while looking at pictures of people with Down syndrome. She told me her ex had Down syndrome and that I reminded her of him. So I asked her, what ended up happening between the two of them. And apparently he got lost somewhere and they're still looking for him to this day. I comforted her and told her that I get lost sometimes, he'll turn up. Anyway, the point is, you never know where you could catch some sexual shrapnel from. So stay vigilant and wear a raincoat. There are many benefits to having foreskin, like natural lubrication, nature's very own slip and slide. You can play fun games like Now You See Me, Now You Don't during those boring Zoom calls, for example. Heightened sensitivity, protection, and most importantly, you can keep treats in there in case you ever need a breath mint or something. It's like your very own built-in Pez dispenser. You can even dock with a mate if you want. Now, there are some potential drawbacks. Like, you may scare the villagers if your what's-it looks like a mutated anteater. Prostitutes may suddenly surcharge their rates when they see your little soldier. Well, at least that's what happens to me. You would also need to throw away any trousers with zippers. Getting snagged in a zipper is like ramming a sandpaper dildo into your bottom. You just don't want to do that. Now, if you don't have your own turtleneck and want one, there is a way. You can simply dangle a mini kettlebell from your love stick, for example. It's called Foreskin Restoration. Gentle, consistent stretching of the skin with a little hand tug maybe, weights, taping systems, or tension rings. Over time, it will do the trick. The practice of circumcision dates back 4,000 years to ancient Egypt. It was seen as a rite of passage, a sign of cleanliness and purity, and it was often performed on young men. Some believed it was to prevent the spread of diseases like lice. Circumcision also holds a deep religious meaning, particularly in Judaism and Islam. In Judaism, it's performed on the 8th day of a male infant's life as a covenant between God and the Jewish people, a practice dating back to the biblical times of Abraham. In Islam, it's widely practiced, although the exact timing can vary, but it's seen as a symbol of purity and religious identity. The practice of circumcision became widely popular in the United States in the late 19th and early 20th century, partly due to the medical establishments of endorsing it. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommended it for newborns as a preventative measure against urinary tract infections and other health issues. Poor sods. No matter whether your little soldier was desecrated at birth or allowed to flourish in all its natural glory, let's be honest, we all love playing with our little members. It is, after all, this sacred bond that comforts us during our darkest hours. Now, the next time you stumble upon a fellow knight of the hooded round table with that majestic foreskin, I ask only this: respect that stick. Do not mock it, do not fear it. For whether your staff is hooded or not, we are all united by the same mission to seek joy, to give pleasure, and occasionally aim straight at the toilet at 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's to the mighty love sticks everywhere. Cheers.
Wade Martin's video thingy.
Oh, God.
Don't subscribe.
UMBT.